Hi, it's Terry Gross, host of Fresh Air. Hey, take a break from the 24-hour news cycle with us and listen to long-form interviews with your favorite authors, actors, filmmakers, comedians, and musicians, the people making the art that nourishes us and speaks to our times. So listen to the Fresh Air podcast from NPR and WHYY.
Hey there, welcome to Meet Me Here, your weekly guide to arts and culture events worth leaving your house for. I am Dyer Oxley. I cover pop culture for KUOW. This episode is a look-ahead episode as we look out into March at all the awesome arts and culture coming up. Cue the cliche record scratch here. We're going to try something a little different this time just for you. We are going to try to convince you why you should take a chance, why you should check these events out. And we're going to do this by convincing each other. For example, anybody who was picked up on who I am, what I'm about, they know that it's March, so I'm probably going to be talking about Seattle's premier pop culture event that comes around this time of year. But I know there's someone in this room with me who I would have to encourage them to give it a try. Stay tuned to find out who, but I will give you a hint. It's one of my Meet Me Here co-hosts with me here now, Jeannie Yandel and Katie Campbell. Hello.
Hey. Hi, Dyer.
All right, so are you picking up what we're laying down here? We all have some events that we're into. We're going to try to convince a fellow host why they should attend. Think of this kind of like a Shark Tank episode for cool stuff. It's like a Shark Tank episode, but I want to be clear. I am not giving any of you money.
What?
Okay, so
Cop out.
We will also be sharing insider tips and tricks, fun facts, useful hacks, anything else I can think of that rhymes. Does anybody have any questions or comments about what we're about to do here?
I'm just still mad that I'm not going to get paid for my awesome ideas.
Do you want to leave now?
Yes, actually.
Okay, well, too bad. We already have you on contract.
Darn.
Well, thank you for asking, Katie, because you are up first.
Ooh.
What do you have for us, and who do you want to pitch to?
Oh, my.
I'm picking on you first, Dyer.
Are you serious?
I am serious. I think this could be up your alley, but I might need to convince you a little bit.
Can I do some scary music to lead you
Oh my God,
in?
please.
Dun, dun, dun!
Okay, can we cue all the cliches?
Yeah, let's do this.
Okay, great. I love it.
Okay, I am pitching my talk with author and artist Sasha Takshablu Lapointe. Sasha is super rad. She became pretty well known, especially in this region, with her first book, Red Paint. And that was all about being, and this is the part that I think will draw you in, Dyer, a Coast Salish punk, which I just think is a collection of words you don't hear often, but gosh, doesn't it make sense for Washington? So in that book, she talked about what it means to be a proud queer Indigenous woman, to be a punk, to grow up with her Lachute Seed heritage, and also the punk culture of Seattle of the era. And we're going to be talking about her latest book, which is a collection of essays called Thunder Song, which continues to talk about and reflect on her Indigenous identity, the Indigenous trauma and history of the region. She talks about her grandmother as well as her own healing. There's just a lot packed into this collection of essays, and she's just like a really cool person to deliver this message about what it means to be Indigenous today and how the Coast Salish people embody the regional spirit and what they've also contributed, obviously, to it over many generations.
So, given everything you just said, this is a talk with the author.
Yes.
Correct? Will you at all be able to get any performance by Medusa Stare?
I would love to. So yeah, thank you for bringing that up.
Okay.
So this is Sasha's band, Medusa Stare. They are super cool. I was listening to some of their music as I was like writing up a post about my talk with Sasha, and I was preparing something for Instagram and I couldn't find one of their songs on Instagram. Like, how dare you,
yeah.
Meta? But also that makes sense because again, they're punk and Instagram probably not so punk.
So yeah, I know Medusa Stare. If you like Joy Division, that's boiling it down way too much. But if you like that kind of era that leads into kind of like that punk stuff, it kind of reminds me of that. That said, yes, this event is attractive to me. I am aware of this book that you brought up. I sat down in a bookstore once and started thumbing through it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm supposed to ask this.
Okay.
And I think this is an unfair question for you, Katie, here, because on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being I'm absolutely going. When and where is this event?
Oh, yes. So this is at Seattle Central Library on March 23rd.
Okay. So it is unfair because I have an 8-month-old baby at home who doesn't let me leave.
Oh.
It is a miracle I'm here right now. So I would likely go. I want to say I'd be a 7.
Sure.
But if Clark has any say into it, it's probably more like a 3.
Aw.
But
Your baby's not punk,
that's
is what
not
I'm hearing.
well. He's not yet. He's not gonna have a choice.
Exactly
but that's
how
just
punk works.
that's. I want to be fully honest and
Fair.
transparent.
I have really good news, though, for you, Dyer, and for anybody listening who may also be similarly at home with a kid, or maybe
Yeah.
you just don't want to go out to the library during the week, or you're just not that social, and that's fine. Luckily, in all of these talks that I'm doing with the library this season, they record them. They do a video recording.
Boom.
Yeah.
There you go.
So I'm able to release that. The library will also share it out. We'll have it on KUOW.org/books like shortly after. And got one more thing for you, because
Okay.
you're listening to this podcast, kids. That means you really like it, right? Well, hey, guess what? We're going to have a bonus episode after my talk with Sasha that has the entire interview. So you'll also get to listen to it.
Okay, I am a 10 for 10 on
Yes!
all of those. You hear that, Clark? Nice freaking try. Okay, I am going to move us along here. Thank you for that, Katie.
Yes.
My event. I think anybody who knows me knows this is coming. Emerald City Comic-Con is March 5th through 8th at the Seattle Convention Center. Plan accordingly. This is one of those events, I always tell people they don't realize this. This is like one of those traffic snarling events in Seattle. It's tens of thousands of people, not only swarming downtown, they're swarming for 4 days.
Yeah.
They're swarming.
Swarm.
Exactly. There are a lot of attractions and guests this year. I'm not going to even go through the list. I'm going to point out a couple little highlights that I really find attractive myself, being Kyle MacLachlan, famous for Twin Peaks, Dune, Sex and the City, currently Fallout. He is from Washington State. He's a UW alum.
Heck yeah.
So I think
Cool.
that's pretty cool. He's coming to this, our own premier Comic-Con. There's a range of other people, Kristen Shaw, Ming-Na Wen. I'm also a fan of Sean Gunn for some reason. That's just a random thing. But he's going to be there too.
I love Kristen Shaw. That'll be great.
So the reason I kind of bring all of that up, there's a little bit of a misconception around, I think, Comic-Cons in general, but Emerald City Comic-Con. There is Comic-Con, comic books in the title.
Oh, yeah.
It is more accurately to say that events like this are all-encompassing pop culture conventions. I say that because, Katie, a few years ago, I brought you to your first Emerald City Comic-Con. I remember we were walking through the floor and you were like, oh, I see Pokemon?
Yeah.
And you were surprised. And I was like, why? Of course Pokemon's here. People don't realize what's going on in here.
Right.
Which brings me to you, Jeannie.
Oh, do you think I don't know what's going on?
I don't know if you know what's going on or not.
Okay.
But I know that I've already forced Katie to go.
Okay. Aha.
And I loved it, by the way.
Okay.
Have you ever been to a Comic-Con?
My kid has been, I was supposed to go last year, but I got COVID.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess that's an okay excuse. Thank you for sparing the rest of us. Which is why I am pitching this to you.
I just want to point out that your repeated use of the word swarm to describe how many people are there and what they're doing made my palms sweat. That makes me, whatever the opposite of a passion is, that's how I feel.
I'm going to
about
get to that
crowds of
actually in a
people.
bit. When I think of Jeannie, I think of art galleries. And I think of art walks. And I think of crafters, like glass blowing type stuff, right? You can find some angle of all of that there. There is an aspect of Emerald City Comic-Con that is just like one gigantic art gallery. It's called Artist Alley. And it is like beyond an art museum because there is so much more there coming at you from so many different angles. And it's a little bit more, too, because the artist is actually right there in front of you, right? So
That's
it's like
cool.
you're going to an art gallery. They all have their own takes on it. And I feel like for people that are into art and you're like Comic-Con, you might not realize that, yeah, there's some comic book art, but there's all this other art that's going on. There's an artist named Warren Montgomery who I really like. He's from the Northwest, and he draws a lot of stuff. He's really good at it, but for some reason we both like Godzilla. So he has like 2 Godzilla things that I always go and I find that he's done. And so there's a lot of that going on there, and just walking through Artist Alley alone can take you it could take you more than a day.
Oh, yeah.
Right? It is pretty massive there, let alone you have the exhibitor hall, which has a lot of other creators and artists in there, people who are doing very clever stuff. I have told you about my favorite bath bomb maker before.
I know, we've talked about this so many times.
Exactly.
I love it.
There's jewelry made from Legos. There's so much stuff that you never... There's vintage clothing, like going to a thrift store in there.
Oh, man.
There's a lot of stuff that's just super, but it's all in one area. And then for people like Katie here, there's writer's block, which
so
is
many
all
writers.
authors, which is like what I just told you about Artist Alley. But it's authors.
Yeah.
And it's independent authors.
Yeah.
It's people publishing their own stuff. It's people that have been professionally published. Yeah. So this is a massive, massive event, which if you need to take a few deep breaths right now, Jeannie, it's okay, because I know I keep saying massive. I keep saying huge. I say swarm.
You don't want to feel my palms right now.
We did a whole story, Dyer and I, together when he took me a few years ago about how overwhelming it can be.
It can be.
And how
Guys.
important it can be to have someone like Dyer go with you.
There's that.
That's
but
one of the reasons I've never been.
Okay, this is something that there is an Emerald City Comic Con app. There's also the website that can tell you where everything I'm about to tell you is. They have quiet rooms. They have rooms and places set aside. They're actually cell phone free.
Yes.
There are family HQ rooms. They've kind of thought of everything. There's even rooms for people to like repair their cosplay, like cosplay repair station. So they've thought of it. But the quiet rooms, I use them. It's almost like if you've ever gone and got a meditation, something like that. It's not like that, but it's same but different. There's an ADA entrance on Pine Street, by the way. So there's a lot of that going on there. So for anyone who feels like it's overwhelming, yeah, I get it, because I'm there too. But they've thought of that. So from 1 to 10, how likely are you to go to Emerald City Comic Con?
Woo! Okay. So I'm really thinking about this because it's one of those events where I know I would find a lot of stuff that I really, really, really loved. But the size of it genuinely makes me uncomfortable. But here's, knowing what I know about an ADA entrance now, knowing what I know about quiet rooms, places that are intentionally designed where I can go and sit down and take a break. I have a couple of chronic illnesses, and so my stamina, particularly for events like this, it's just not that high. So knowing that I can punctuate these really high sensory experiences with moments of quiet and relaxation. I don't know if you saw my shoulders go down when you said quiet rooms, but I felt them go down. I would say that I'm like a 9 out of 10.
Really?
Because I know the stuff is there for me.
Yes.
I know I would walk in and buy like all kinds of cool stuff at Artist Alley.
Yes.
There's no doubt.
I gotta say, I'm not making a comment on this or anything like that, but if there is a market, a crowd, or that has a lot of neurodivergent folks in it, this is it. I think there's a lot of reasons why folks get attracted to this level of art and pop culture. And so for an event like Emerald City Comic Con, this is something that's very, very aware and present in their mind. I will also point out my one little tip and hack here, and this is for me. I almost don't think I should share it to people, but
You've got
Thursday.
it now.
I was just going to say Thursday.
is the day I go.
Oh.
And Friday mornings.
Okay.
Everybody's still at work. It's the first day. But I
It's
feel
so
like
chill.
I'm in the Sound of Music and the hills are alive.
Yes.
And I'm running through the con with my arms swinging through the Alps of the exhibitor hall. Because, not a lot of people actually go on those days. It's very early.
Okay.
You know, Sundays can be very similar, but you run the risk of things being kind of sold out and things like that. But Thursday, if you're like Jeannie and I, if you can take the time off work, whatever, go on a Thursday, Friday morning before everybody gets off work. Those are your days, and it is just a wonderful breath of fresh air experience for a Comic-Con.
Oh my God, I love that.
Wholeheartedly agree. The first day that Dyer took me a couple years ago, we went first on a Thursday. We did a couple other days.
Yeah.
Thursday was by far the chillest, the easiest to get a sense of what all was there, to get your bearings as a first-time goer. Yeah. It was so worth going on like a Thursday morning, I think, like you said, Dyer.
It's a stroll day. You can
It's a stroll. Yeah.
Yeah.
It totally
I love a
is.
stroll.
I will say, I skipped something that I ended up wanting to buy come like Saturday or Sunday, and it was gone. So do be aware of that. Do be aware.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's also plenty of stuff to buy. So.
Now that I have pestered Jeannie into a 9, I'm so proud of you.
This was the best pester ever, I have to say.
You're listening to NPR. You care about local politics.
But it can be hard to keep track and understand how it affects you. I'm Scott Greenstone.
And I'm Libby Dankman.
And on Sound Politics, we talk about this and the other Washington like normal people.
As normal as we can pretend to be. We get beyond the headlines, ask the tough questions, and tie the big stories back to our own backyard.
Sound Politics. Listen now on the KUOW app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Okay, Jeannie, it is your turn.
Okay. So I'm super excited about this, and I want to pitch this to both of you.
Okay.
But I already know that you will be into this, Dyer. So I'm going to focus.
Woo!
How are we saying this? I'm going to focus my pestering
Yay.
on you, Katie Campbell.
Let's go.
Okay. And so here's my elevator pitch or elevator pester for you.
Okay.
I want to invite you to come read a wall of paintings like a novel with me.
Ooh.
So,
Okay.
yeah. Okay, you're intrigued. I
Yeah,
can tell.
I am.
love it.
I am.
Okay. So, this is at the Fry Museum. Dyer mentioned he loves the Fry. I also love the Fry. It is always free as well, so that's a big plus.
Yes.
So there is a space in the Fry Museum called the Fry Parlor. And so this is a spot where really anybody can go and just hang out. Like, bring a regular book, sit and read, meet somebody there, have a conversation, stare out the window, really do whatever you want. In the parlor right now, and this is through January 2027, so like we have time to make a plan. There is an installation from a graphic designer named Jamie Yen, and it is based on all of the paintings in one of the exhibition galleries. It's called the Salon, and so this is where like all of these paintings from the 17th and 18th and 19th centuries that belonged to the Fry family are displayed, kind of like they would have been displayed in their house, right? So it's not like a single painting on a wall. It's like 24 paintings artfully arranged on a wall.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what Jamie did is she walked through the salon clockwise, starting at the east wall, looked at every single painting, allowed some words to come up in her head as she was staring at these paintings, and then she recorded those words. She wrote them down. And so the installation she put up in the parlor are all of these gorgeous pieces of translucent fabric, like green and pink, and I think there's some silver in there, with the words from each painting. And she describes that process as reading paintings. She looks at the paintings with an intention of just, it's like this container for how to interact with paintings, right? You look at a painting, you have some words come up, whether it's a description of the painting, a question you have about what's going on, like a comment about the color, whatever, and then you move to the next one. And then you get to think about the relationship of each painting to each other, like pages in a book. Like, what's the story, right? And so what's cool about this is there are no wrong answers, right? You just get to go in and do this and see what you think of. Jamie has designed these really cool worksheets that you can bring with you to record how you read each painting in the salon. And on February 26th, there will be a party for a zine that Jamie co-created with all of the readings visitors left at the Fry over this last year. So you can check out all of the other visitors' readings too.
Cute.
So I'm inviting you to come read some paintings with me.
Okay.
And what I love about this, it's kind of like the quiet rooms at Emerald City Comic Con, is it can be a short story. It can be a single poem. Read a painting, singular, and then go to the parlor, chill out for a while, right?
Yeah.
Or read 4 or 5 paintings. Maybe they're short stories. Maybe it's a novel. Who knows? But I am so entranced by the idea of relating to paintings in this way and knowing that like whatever I come up with is what it is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And you and I can talk about what we've read in the paintings or not.
Mm-hmm.
But just having a way of being present and using language as a way to just play with these paintings, I find really appealing. And I thought you would think it was really cool too. So that's why I'm pitching this to you.
Fabulous. I'm on the fence on this.
Interesting.
So here's why I'm on the fence.
Okay.
Like at the heart of it, I love this. I love
Yeah.
the idea of like having a room at a museum where you can go and read and like congregate, and like the communal nature of all of this really appeals to me. I love a zine. I love like inviting people to tell their own story about a thing. Like it's we're talking in cliches today, Dyer, so we're gonna add another one. Everyone has a story to tell. And I say that with like kindergarten teacher Katie voice, but like I do genuinely believe that.
Yeah.
And I think like getting people to tell their own story through a thing is awesome and can be really powerful. Here's where I'm on the fence.
Okay.
I am not a super arty person, and I sometimes feel really dumb in an art museum because I'm not sure what to do with something, and this scares me in the same way that Comic-Con kind of scares you of like all of the people. Like I worry about feeling like I'm not getting something.
I totally get that.
What were you gonna say, Dyer?
Can I tell you why I like the Fry?
Yes.
Because I'm not as much of an art museum person. I go to art museums.
Yeah.
But there's something about the Fry. I don't know if it's the ambiance. I don't know if they have some kind of like good-natured ghost roaming the halls. I don't know what it is. Now I'm Casper the Friendly Art Ghost.
I love that so much.
There is a depth that is accessible there that is not. It's not like this hipster pretentious thing that you're going into. It's just is.
Yeah.
I think that's why I like it. I stand in front of a painting there. Like, you know, you are allowed to like, I don't know. For some reason, I allow myself to do that there. And I don't do that elsewhere. And I wish I had better words to convey this to you, but I just don't think there are words for it. You just kind of got to show up and let it permeate you. And there's just something about that museum.
Yeah.
You're right. I know that the folks at the Fry are intentionally trying to create a space where like anybody can show up and just like hang out.
Yeah.
I think probably every museum is trying to do that, but the Fry really kind of has it dialed in. But also, I'm going to tell you guys a secret. I often think I'm not smart enough to understand what I'm seeing in front of me either.
Yeah.
Like,
Cue the cliche.
it's real. It's real. I do. I mean, you know, I feel like the thing I keep hearing over and over and over when I talk to people about visual art here is like the people who are closest to it are like, no, what's awesome about it is nobody, like, you don't have to know anything.
Yeah.
Like, the whole point of the work is for a human being to stand there and be like, do I feel anything? Do I think anything? And then just to be with that thought or that feeling. Like, that's the whole reason these things exist.
Sure.
Also, Katie, not for nothing, you're like one of the smartest people I know. So, yeah, I wouldn't, I don't, you know, that's not, yeah.
You're
and
too kind.
Nobody's going to know what's in your brain.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. And also, nobody
Stay
who's
out of my
there
brain.
cares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
Nobody's going to be looking at you and being like, she
doesn't
doesn't know anything.
I'll wear my cute little scarf when
Yeah.
I go, and I'll look really, really fancy.
Yeah. Nobody's
so-
going to know.
So two things. One, if you haven't been able to tell, this episode has been brought to you by the Fry. That's not true. Just kidding. Just clarification. But two, Katie, you said you were on the fence before. I would put that at a 5 because that's a fence number. Where would you be at this point?
I genuinely, before you asked me, I was thinking about where my number has gone. I'm going with an 8 now. I think I would definitely give this a try. I am intrigued enough to give it a go. But I'm a 10 on the parlor. Yay! I love a place that I can go read and like feel like I'm in a cool setting. Like I've talked about going to the Wallingford Rose Garden before in the summertime to read, and I need more like indoor places that aren't my own home in the wintertime. So I am very much in favor of checking out the parlor. And while I'm there, hey, I might as well participate in a little painting reading. Let's do this. I'm so excited.
Oh my God. When do I get my money, Dyer?
Give me my money.
Well, you had to pitch it to so Katie guessed it.
When do I get my money,
I
Katie?
have no money.
Okay, so to quickly round up this episode, Katie, your event was...
My event was my talk with Sasha Takshablu LaPointe about her collection of stories, Thunder Song, at the Seattle Central Library on March 23rd.
Jeannie?
The Fry Parlor, and then moving into the Fry Salon to read some paintings.
And when is this?
Through January 2027, my dude.
And my event was Emerald City Comic Con, coming back to Seattle March 5th through 8th at the Seattle Convention Center. Jeannie Yandel and Katie Campbell are my co-hosts on Meet Me Here. Thank you very much. And I am Dyer Oxley. Meet Me Here is produced by KUOW, a proud member of the NPR network. It is produced by Kyle Norris, Brandy Fullwood, and Matt Martin. It is edited by Phyllis Fletcher. If you like Meet Me Here, please rate and review us. It really does help get the word out about the show. Podcasts like Meet Me Here are only possible because of your financial support. You can help make all these local shows that you rely on over at kuow.org/meet.
Everything is expensive in Seattle. But when it comes to restaurants, I got a lot of tricks and tips up my sleeve to help diners eat well in this city. I'm Ton Venn, host of Seattle Eats, a food podcast from the Seattle Times and KUOW, part of the NPR network. I'll share about the latest buzz in the Seattle food scene, like the hottest openings and the best bites that are worth your money. Listen now to Seattle Eats on the KUOW app or wherever you get your podcasts.